morning, YouTube, and good morning, TikTok. You're watching live with LWL Lindsay with love, and today is Monday, May 19th, 2025. Holy cow. Hi, I'm Lindsay. If you're new to me, I'm here to raise the frequency of the planet. I'm here to transform your life, and I do that by reminding you how energetically powerful you are, how capable you are as a spiritual human being on this planet. At this time, you are the artist and you are the tool, and once you figure that out, you become extremely powerful, and you can actually truly create anything you desire in this lifetime. So let's get going. We're going to take a deep breath in through the nose, belly nice and full. We're going to let it out of the mouth. Oh my gosh, I have so many things to share with you guys today. Thank you for these little wings. I appreciate that, VIP Jules. Good morning, VIP Jamie. Thank you for the heart me. Thank you for the tiny tiny. Good morning, VIP Deborah. Thank you for the rose. All my VIPs are in the house. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, so you guys, I had quite good morning. I want to say Sarah on good morning, Sarah on YouTube. I had a very interesting experience at yoga yesterday, and I wanted to share that with you guys. And I alluded, Cosmic Collective members, I alluded to it a little bit inside of Discord in our private community. Good morning, Obina. Oh boy, Obina Oka 437. I hope I'm saying your name right. Thank you, VIP Brenda, for the love yous, and welcome to the show. I alluded to it a little bit inside the Cosmic Collective, inside of our private community, inside of our private Discord channel, but I want to share like the whole story with you because it was so awesome, and I hope it inspires you to do something interesting with your life. All right, so as you guys know, I believe life, and my slippers are over here. My feet are cold, so I'm putting my slippers on. I believe life is one big adventure. This is my personal belief, by the way, because I've been on a spiritual awakening since 2019. I had my Kundalini rising. I'm clairaudient. I'm quite psychically gifted. I know and speak energy. Thank you for the colorful wings, VIP Deborah. So for me, from what I've learned through my own awakening, is that life is an experiment. And if you could just allow that to be what it is, you would follow your heart much easier, and you would experiment in a sense of just joy and happiness versus experiment in a lack of fulfillment, a lack of gratitude, worry, doubt, fear, all those low vibrational things that keep you very, very separated from the reality you desire. So in my experimentation and in my adventure seeking ways in this life of mine, I have come across many different things. I read a lot, I study different materials around psychology and energy and genetics and the extraterrestrial and spiritual awakenings from other people. I'm just constantly being super fascinated by it all. Well, I was listening to something the other day, and it was actually a video by Marissa Peer, and if you don't know her, she is a hypnotist, and she has created a system called RTT, something transformational therapy, I don't know, something, that's her system. It kind of like a Dolores Cannon QHHT vibes, but her own vibe and her own way of doing it. Anyway, she put this idea into my head that when we're breathing, every time we breathe, it is us experiencing an act of giving and receiving. And she talks about how a lot of people struggle to stay in the receiving mode. Abraham Hicks talks about the receiving mode. Everybody knows, if you're a spiritual being, if you're awakened, and if you're manifesting, and you're here and you're hanging out with me, which means you understand this concept, that we must be in the receiving mode to receive our desires in. That makes perfect sense, right? So when we give a breath, when we breathe out, we're giving to the land, right? We're giving to the plants, we're giving them their oxygen through our carbon dioxide. And then when we receive in, we're breathing in oxygen. And so it kind of reminds you that you're not an owner of the earth, but you're part of, right? We are part of the earth. So there's one thing, but this is what I did. I took that concept and I started to apply it in different ways in my life. And one of the ways was in hot yoga this weekend. I do Bikram yoga on Sunday mornings with my partner. You guys know this by now, and it's never easier, but it's easier. It gets easier in a sense of you start to see your own progress, and it becomes exciting, and you want to go back because you want to see if you can get into camel further, and you want to see if you can go deeper into tortoise, and you want to see, and blah, 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 right? Will I ever be able to do past tree stand, what's it called, toe, whatever? I don't know, maybe, if my hips loosen up enough, but probably if I keep trying, right? So I was in yoga, and one of my most challenging positions is camel. And if you don't know, which maybe you probably don't, camel is when you stand on your knees and you put your hands on your butt kind of like you put your hands in your back pockets, and you push your pelvic forward, you back bend with the goal of putting your hands on your ankles behind you. So your entire front is exposed. Your pelvic, your root chakra, your sacral, your solar plexus, your heart, your throat, completely exposed and open. And it's a challenging position because it's a very vulnerable position. And so a lot of people, myself included, struggle with that position because it's really pushing you outside of a comfort zone, which is, I have zero self-defense in this position. I have got to trust that nobody's gonna come up and flick my nose or stab me in the heart, whatever it is. I don't know if I can say that on TikTok. Okay, take that back. Okay, anyway, metaphorically speaking, you guys, metaphorically speaking, right? And so I asked in yoga, while I was lying in Savasana, the couple of poses before we headed into camel, because I know the routine at this point, flick my nose. My brother used to sit on us and flick our noses when we were little, and like I have serious trauma from having my nose flicked. He was a bully, I'm telling you guys. Okay, shout out to my big bro. So anyway, so I'm lying in Savasana. I'm having this idea of giving and receiving. So I'm like God, which by the way, I say God. I say on this channel, God, Source, Universe, Creator, because I understand that people that are spiritually awakened but were raised in, say, Catholicism or some sort of Christianity struggle with the word God because the God that they were raised with is not the God that they experienced during their spiritual awakening. So in between, sometimes it's hard to say the word God because you're still defining God for yourself. I say the word God in my own world. That's just like a glimpse behind the scenes. So for me, God. And I was talking to God, which I also find fascinating that people on my astrology videos are like, I don't believe in astrology, God loves you. And I'm like, yep, God does love me and I love God and I am God and God is me. But okay, thanks for assuming I don't love God because I'm into astrology. Anyway, I waterboarded my little brother once, VIP Jamie. Oh my gosh, yeah, of course. How kind of you. How kind of you. He's probably traumatized from, he's like, nope, not going swimming, I'm good. So anyway, I'm lying in Savasana and I'm asking God, I say, God, every time I breathe out, I'm giving you my love. I really am. In this moment, I'm giving you my love. I love you. I love my life. I'm grateful for my body. I'm grateful for being here. I'm grateful for my voice. And I'm talking to God. And I ask God, when I breathe in, give me the strength to not drop out of camel. I'm so tired, God, of dropping out of camel. I know that I'm protected in this room. I know I'm safe in this room. It is a mind game. Let me, even as I'm saying this, my hips are kind of tightening up. I can feel it. And I'm like, God, just let me stay in. I'm not touching my ankles yet. That's okay. I'm still working on my back bends. But like, let me just stay in the pose. And by the way, my yoga instructor loves camel. Either she loves it herself or she loves seeing the people struggle in camel. One of the two, I haven't decided yet, but she will keep us in that pose, I feel like, longer than any other pose. She celebrates it every time we get to it. I'm like, this is weird. So I decide that I'm going to stay in by the strength of God. And I do. I don't drop out. But what is even cooler about the experience is this. I also knew that on May 17th and May 18th, over the weekend, there was a Uranus Cazimi in the sky. I knew that I had a choice to either break through or break down with this Uranus Cazimi energy. And I thought to myself, this is my opportunity to break through. Why? Because I had my Uranus Cazimi in my 11th house of authenticity. Of me really being compassionate, opening my heart to large audiences, my social networks, the money I earned from my career. And I thought, if I can just muster the strength, the courage that is required to stay in this pose for however long this teacher wants to keep me here, then I will have broken through some sort of frequency that I was a little bit stuck in because I have not done 2 camels in a row without falling out. And I did it. And I freaking did it, and I was so proud. But it gets even cooler, because then something really amazing happened, and it's happened before, but it's so few and far between that it happens. I spent the rest of yoga looking at myself in the front mirror, seeing a purple pink orb right on my chest, the rest of yoga. And I thought to myself, oh hell yeah. Oh hell yeah, because now that's me seeing energy, right? Of course, I can see my energy. I only have ever seen this energy, by the way, on Pippi, my little dog. You guys know my little doggy Pippi. I saw this energy, and this happened years ago, right when I had my first the beginning of my spiritual awakening. I want to say we were in COVID lockdown 20, yeah, 'cause we got her like right before COVID. We were in lockdown, we were on the balcony overlooking Staples Center, which is no longer Staples Center, of downtown LA, beautiful, gorgeous scene, like living the life. And I looked down at Pippi and I saw this orb of pinkish purple just floating all around her. And for me, that's indicative of unconditional, it's just love. Like it's the energy of love. And I got to see it on her. And I just thought, am I seeing things? And so I closed my eyes, opened them. You know, I'm at the very beginning of my spiritual awakening, so I'm questioning everything. And I still question most things today. But I closed my eyes, I opened them. I closed my eyes, opened them. And it's still just there, just floating all around her. And then for the rest of my yoga session, it was just there. And I was like, holy shit. So I asked my partner, I said, by chance, did you see anything strange on me during yoga? And he was like, no. I mean, you were like sweating and it was hot and like whatever, but I wasn't really paying attention to you. And I said, okay. So I don't know, maybe my clairvoyance is turning on, like aura type, seeing aura type energy. I won't say that I like dug into it after that. I was just really grateful for the experience of it. And yeah, I'm sharing this story with you because I feel like at any moment we can decide to break down or break through. And at any moment we can remind ourselves that we are constantly in giving and receiving mode. What are you asking to receive in at any moment? What are you giving out in return? And if you can start to do that in a very intentional way with your breath, sometimes I think you can become very empowered very quickly. Like that's what I did. I was like, let's see if I can just tap into like my greatest empowerment, my greatest strength, my greatest trust and knowingness by doing this idea of like, I'm giving my love to you and I'm receiving your strength. And boom, it worked. There's that. All right. Let me get caught up with the comments. I think we got some new followers. Laura, welcome to the chat. Thank you for the follow. VIP Erin says, that's so cool. VIP Catherine says she celebrates it because she knows it's a challenge everyone can get past. You guys, you can always, VIP Catherine says, you can always tell the only child from those with siblings. Yeah. Yeah, I'm guessing that nobody sat on you and flicked sat on me, held my knees down, flicked mine, you know, like going into my childhood and like reviewing. We could be here for days, you guys. We really could. VIP Deborah says your breathing does a lot more than you understand or that most people understand. Nope, not at all, VIP Catherine says. Yeah, exactly. It's super powerful, right? It's super powerful. Okay, so there's that. I have a question for you guys. Did any of you that are listening get my email this morning that says like Lindsay's World behind the scenes? And if you did you read it? And if you read it, did you like it? Is that a lot of questions? Too many questions all at once? I'm asking because I thought it was like really fun for me to write, but I'm thinking like maybe you don't care what's going on behind the scenes. Maybe you do care what's going on behind the scenes. Maybe you like this little Monday update. You loved it. Okay, thank you. Yes, I want peas with cheese now, lol. Why am I obsessed? It's very specifically peas boiled, like, you know, obviously I just buy frozen peas, unsalted. Put them in the water, boil them up a little on the stove, and then I put the shaved pecorino romano. Oh my gosh, oh, it's so good. And Pippi loves it, and she barks at me, and she like steals half of my cheese. We care. VIP Melel says, "Good morning, VIP Melel." Or what I say, or you guys don't care. VIP Deborah says, "I do care." Okay, I'll keep doing them. I have a lot happening soon. I'm going to London in a couple of weeks. That's like a new development. I will probably take some like little like weekend getaway trips. After London, I think I'll be spending a weekend at a really nice Ritz hotel on an island in the south. I'm excited for that. So there's a lot happening. I'm going to be traveling to California for my friend's bachelorette party, and then I'm going to be traveling back to California 2 weeks later for her wedding that I'm standing up in, so I'm excited for that. So I'll be traveling and packing and creating as I go, so yeah. We do care. VIP Aaron says, oh, now you're going to make me actually have to open my email. VIP Jewel says, I had cream spinach last night to lower my glucose, so it struck a chord. Ooh, yeah, I love anything like creamed. I had creamed corn yesterday for, we went out to dinner, and yeah, it was so good. Creamed peas. My mom used to make creamed peas all the time. Anyway, let's go. Okay, so today we're going to talk about the Law of Detachment. I had this idea come into my brain because I feel like I feel like people might be getting the law of detachment wrong, and I'm like, let's get it right so we actually use it to our greatest advantage, right? So people talk about the law of detachment, which means like you can't be so obsessed, clinging so tightly to your desires. First, because nothing is permanent, right? I mean, all energy is permanent in a sense, but in the tangible form, no, right? We have proof of that with animals and with like the cycles of nature, with our own cycles of energy, right? So nothing is truly permanent, and it's almost like the tighter that you want to grasp onto it, the faster it slips through the fingers. So the law of detachment says you've got to detach from when is it coming, how is it coming, obsessing over it, checking the numbers, checking the bank account, checking the this, da 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 da, right? So you have this idea of law of detachment, and then you have other people saying, well, you've got to become friends with your bank account, so check it every day. You've got to become friends with your TikTok, so check the numbers every day, right? And so then it's like, well, how, like, if I'm not supposed to check it every day, but I'm supposed to check it every day, what do I actually do? Like, how do I actually tangibly use this idea? Some people say, just don't care. Well, that's kind of crazy because you do care, right? You care. You care if your dreams come true. And if you say you don't care, then I feel like you're probably just lying to yourself, and the subconscious doesn't want you to lie. And it feels uncomfortable to lie to yourself anyway. And so let's not lie. We do care. We do care if our dreams come true. I care if my dreams come true. Wouldn't that make sense? Like, I do want to live my dream life. Hello. I'm already basically living it, but I know it can get better. I can expand on it, right? I can expand. So what do you do then? So step one, admit to yourself that you care. I, Lindsay, solemnly swear that I do care to live my dream reality. I do care about the millions of followers I have, the millions of lives that I impact in a positive way. I do care about transforming the planet in a positive way, making an impact. I do care about the money that I receive as an energetic exchange in this time-space reality for the work that I do for the world and the collective. I do care about that. I care about safety and shelter and nice meals and experiences, specifically luxurious ones. I really love a nice luxurious experience. I miss a good hotel lobby, you guys. Like, I just love to walk into a nice ass hotel and just sit in the lobby, listen to the music. Somebody comes to ask me if I'd like a drink. Ooh, my printer wants to go to the luxurious hotel too. I miss a good 5-star hotel lobby. I really do. Not gonna lie. And I care. VIP Jamie, thank you for the little crown. That's so cute. Good morning, Nicole. Welcome to the show. Welcome back to the show. I think you've been here before. So allow yourself to care, step one. Step two, don't obsess. Don't obsess. So you're like, well, I care, but now I'm kind of on borderline obsessing. Well, how do I not obsess? Well, you train yourself to do other things when you start to obsess, right? So remember when I started my crocheting, which, by the way, you guys, oh my gosh, I have to tell you really quickly. I finished my crochet bikini this weekend. So cute. So cute. But the bottoms were way too big, so I undid the whole thing. And I have to restart. But now I know exactly my measurements, and I wrote them down in my notes, so I can just whip up some bottoms whenever I feel like it's gonna be, it's so cute. Anyway, so what you do is you pick up a hobby. You switch your thought process. I'm getting ready in my trained subconscious programming to go open my TikTok to check how many followers I have. This used to be me. I would post something and I would check like every 10 seconds, like, did I get another follower? Did I get another view? I'm checking. And all that is like super obsession. That is like you being wildly attached to the outcome. Versus I post it, I trust it's gonna reach who it needs to reach. I trust people are gonna say what they wanna say, whether it's good or bad. The filtered comments, most people just get blocked. If somebody goes into a filtered comment, it's almost like a 99.9% chance they're getting blocked. So I don't really care who says negative things, right? I just let it be. Why? Because I'm actually so busy creating my whole reality, not just my TikTok reality, that I have other things to focus on. So I click post, whatever, set the phone down, and then I'm starting to type an email out to my audience to teach them about what it means. They're not really afraid. Their root chakra is blocked. They're not really procrastinating. Their root chakra is blocked. Learn how to speak energy so you can understand when somebody's coming at you really negatively. Why is this person coming at me so negatively when I don't know them, a stranger on the internet? They must be hurting inside, right? So then I go to write the emails. And then from there, I'm like, okay, the email is written. Now what is next in the world of Lindsay's evolution? I always say, what is next in the world of Lindsay's evolution? What's next? Okay, well maybe after that, I still have not picked up my phone, by the way. Still haven't checked the TikTok. Now I'm gonna go make the bed or turn over the laundry. Mondays and Thursdays I wash the bedding. Okay, so maybe that's what I go do next. And then from there, maybe I have a little snack if I'm hungry. I don't know. I get some more steps in. I listen to something nice. And I don't ever check the TikTok because then I'm on Discord talking to my community. And then from there, I'm busy creating the course. And from there, and you're just in constant creation mode to the point where you simply don't have time to obsess over one specific thing in your life. And if you do not have enough going on in your life that you are obsessing over one specific thing, then it is time for you to add something to your life. Add something. That's why I picked up crochet. I was so focused and so obsessing over my social media. So annoying. Now I barely even scroll. Except I do watch the Tiki videos, and I don't know if you know about Tiki, but like everyone is rooting for this little doggy on the internet. So I will admit that I'm watching Tiki TikTok. Okay? But other than that, I'm like, I don't have time. Why? Not that I don't have time, because I can bend time and I can create time. But I just don't want to put all my focus here. I would like to be living my life too, outside of the world of TikTok, right? So checking in every once in a while and say, am I like obsessively checking this? Now, when I do get onto TikTok, when I do enter my world of TikTok, you better believe that I open it and I say, holy cow, thank you, God, for all the new followers. I know even more are on their way. Thank you for the money from this video. Thank you for over 100,000 views and over 500 new followers and however much money I'm going to get from it. Thank you. And so I give gratitude and I make friends with, when I open up TikTok, the audience, especially the high vibrational people that are finding me. I send love to the negative people before I block them because they're clearly hurting. They're upset about the words. They're mad at my face. Oh, sorry, God gave me this face. I don't know what you want me to do. My bad. My bad for, having a face, I guess. It's weird. Right? Just like the bank account. So you can't live on two sides of the same coin. So you can't be focused on all the abundance that is on its way to you while obsessively checking your bank account in a way that it's not good enough. But if you were to open your bank account once a day and say, you know what, bank account, I love you. This is a relationship. We're building this relationship together. Thank you for growing with me. Thank you for evolving with me. Thank you for holding this space for me. My printer likes this. It's going again, right? Likes the conversation. It's like you're caring about something without obsessing over it. You guys hear that? Girl. Okay. Can you guys hear that? That's so funny. It just went into like full-on cleaning mode. It's like wild. It's wilding out. It's like you really care for your soulmate, but if you were to like obsess over your soulmate and like be texting your partner every single minute of every single day, that actually screams like insecurity, right? Can you care? Can you really love and care in a secure way that allows the bank account to grow without you staring at it? That allows your TikTok audience to grow with you constantly refreshing the page and refreshing and checking refreshing and checking the numbers. And you can put this toward anything. What do you really want? Maybe it's your business is building. Maybe it's clients in your community. Maybe it's orders from your e-commerce shop. Maybe it's your pants fitting better because you've been working out. Every once a week, I get those leather shorts out of my closet and I say, hey, leather shorts, we are friends. We like each other. We love each other. I want to wear you, but I want them to fit perfectly. There's not much wiggle room in true leather shorts. If you know, you know, right? So I put them on my body. And I think, thank you for snapping nicely, zipping up nicely, but we have a little bit of room to work. We can keep working. But I don't put them on every single second of every single day and think like, oh, they're still not fitting me perfectly. That would be a little bit crazy. Who has time for that, literally? So if you are in this borderline obsessive state, you absolutely must decide today, find a hobby, do something more in your life, add more input so that you are so kind of not scattered, but focused or have an ability to focus on other things that it takes your mind off of that one thing you're obsessing on. That's why I became a crocheter. I was working hard in my business. I thought I was doing everything right. And I was just like, oh my gosh, where are my clients? Where are my customers? How come it's not working? Blah, blah, blah. I want to quit and da, da, da. And you guys know every time you do that, you're just pushing and propelling your dream away from, like, you're pushing and repelling your dream away from you, right? So finally I was like, you know what? These crochet girls are kind of cool. I want to make my own clothes. I want to be one of one. Nobody has my outfit. And I want people to say like, oh my gosh, I love your outfit. Where did you get it? And I get to say, I made it. And then they're like, oh my gosh, you're so talented. I like that. That's a good feeling. I'm like, thank you. Thank you. They're like, I wish I could do that. And then I'm like, you can actually do this. I taught myself, just look up some YouTube videos. It's very simple. Don't get frustrated. You can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. And then it's a beautiful experience of like energetic exchange of compliments and inspiring and, you know, a beautiful human interaction with a stranger. So I did that, and not only does it give me joy in that way, but it takes my mind off of the moments that I might go into the obsession mode. I don't go into obsession mode anymore because I realize the power of not going into it, not checking the numbers, not whatever. But when I do tap into my YouTube, I say, oh, a new subscriber. Thank you, YouTube. Thank you for the subscription. This and many more, please. Right? All the vibes, Mel says, I know, my computer was like popping off. Well, you guys are quiet on a Monday morning. How are you feeling? I feel like the law of, I just want you to recognize that you do care about your life, and it's powerful to care. But caring in a way that you're like, I care if this comes to me, but I also recognize that maybe I don't have the best answer for my life. Maybe, in fact, there's something even better that's supposed to come to me. And if I'm so attached to this very specific thing, then how can my world open up to all the other things, right? Driving today, Mel L says, okay, VIP Mel L, go girl. Oh my gosh, you've got lots going on. I was like, where are you driving to? But you're driving, so please don't answer that. Don't text and drive. Driving and handling business, so just listening. Oh my gosh, everybody's driving. I love this. Care but don't obsess. Want but know that it's coming. Yep, VIP Deborah, exactly. You guys, I'm very fascinated too with this idea of perhaps like starting my own, I don't want to call it a podcast because I just feel like I don't want to be a podcaster. An interviewer on YouTube or something, I don't know. VIP Jewel says, Jamie says she was on a coffee run. VIP Jewel says, came to some revelations yesterday, so I'm just soaking this all up. It really vibes with things. Ooh, what are your revelations? Can you drop them inside of Discord so we can all cheer you on? Revelations are super powerful, right? They're the breakthrough moments. Sometimes you break down so you can break through. We care, but we don't obsess. So when you add more inputs, what happens is you start to cultivate trust in the other things, right? Because how do you use the law of detachment if you don't have trust and if you don't have patience? I feel so bad for people that lack patience. I'm not talking like ADD, ADHD people. I'm talking people that like legit just have zero patience. They're pissed off real fast. They're annoyed real fast. They're angry real fast. Like you instantly just put yourself in a shit mood because you cannot cultivate. You simply have no patience. Work on cultivating your patience. Sometimes I think about just putting up a TikTok that's like, I'm helping you cultivate your patience. Your patience is the reason that you will fulfill your dreams. Hang out with me for 1 minute. Can you do it? Can you do it? Let's go. Try it. I think I'm going to start making those TikToks because in fact, it will transform people's lives if they do it. I'll do a 1 minute one. I'll do a 1 minute, 30-second one. I'll do a 2 minute one. It's kind of a good idea, I think. What do you guys think? Because lack of patience kills dreams, which is unfortunate. Some people are so impatient that they yell at me in my comments on my TikTok on the content I'm creating for free for them. They have the audacity to say something like, it would be nice if you put timestamps. And I reply, timestamps are 8 seconds in. Impatience will kill your dreams. I do. I say it right back because I'm like, yo, you got to realize this. You've got to realize the power of energetic talking. And if you understand and speak energy, you will win at life. But if you come at me negatively on my positive page saying I don't have timestamps because you're too impatient to wait 8 seconds, count it 8 seconds, mind blown. Mind blown on that. All right, let me get caught up with the comments. Your weekend was super fun and busy. I love that. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh my gosh. VIP Jamie says, I got my first channeled message over the weekend from my higher self. Go, VIP Jamie. VIP Keller says, oh my gosh, Ellie just told me we should start a podcast. Maybe one for us all. You should start a podcast. Go on. 3 messages, technically. VIP Jamie, I would love for you to share them inside of the Cosmic Collective if you're interested. If you want. I know they're private, so if you want. But I'm happy for you and I'm proud of you. Did they tell you to do something? And if you received messages that gave you guidance, then did you implement or not yet? The next step is when the messages come that are action-oriented messages, you must. Because that's how you build the relationship. That's how you cultivate the faith, the trust, and the flow state, right? And you took my advice, Jamie, which I'm really proud of for you. Because I basically just said, like, tap in, get into flow state. You got this. VIP Jewel says, I will. My weekend was super fun and busy. VIP Deborah says, I'm resting on my recliner with a heating pad on my back after Odessa's middle child's graduation from high school and her party. Oh my goodness. Did you have to sit in bleachers? But so very proud of Alexis and all she accomplished, plus a $4,000 scholarship. That's amazing, VIP Deborah. VIP Jamie says, with journaling, I figured out that most of my anger comes from people not sticking to my plan in my head. Oh my gosh. Super empowering because now you can cultivate your patience, right? I mean, flexibility is one of the great, flexibility and adaptability are strong traits to carry and to possess, to be able to truly go with the flow. I have someone in my life who gets very angry when an idea or a plan, a loose plan doesn't follow through. And it's like, geez, like not everybody is at your command, right? Not everybody is at your command. You are at your command, but not everybody else. And sometimes things just don't work out the way that you planned them to go, which means they could work out better if you allow them. But if you just get pissed off and storm off, then nope, not gonna work. VIP Catherine says, yes, the internet has broke society's patience. Yep, it has. VIP Jules says, I'm the queen of patience. Everyone I know tells me as much. I love that, VIP Jules. Go on, my friend. VIP Jamie says, yes, Chris has so much patience and I'm learning to let go of that control. Yeah, I think it's also a control thing, and like, not to say that there's insecurities around it, but I do think there's like an insecurity component of it, right? You can't be like patient and practicing the law of detachment while simultaneously struggling with like control, insecurity type of things. Not to say that's what you're struggling with, but I do think there is a correlation. So that's really powerful. And you have a super supportive partner that's going to help you do that. And I love that for you. So amazing. All right. Well, now I have some TikTok ideas. So I'm excited for that. I've been thinking about my network of people I know and people that I know that know other people. And lately this idea keeps coming into my brain around being an interviewer. There are so many wasps. There's a wasp on my window, you guys. There's so many wasps around here. Being an interviewer. Like, I don't want to say like Joe Rogan style, but kind of like Joe Rogan. Simply using his name because people know him and know what he does, which is bring interesting people onto his podcast and talk to them. I feel like, well, why not? Could be fun. So I'm playing with that idea, but not just like doing it on YouTube. I'm talking like talk show energy, but not like Oprah, not like Ellen, not like live audience. I'm talking mano y mano, one-on-one, right? I say mano y mano, but it's really actually hand in hand, so that doesn't really work out. But my partner said the other day, mano y mano. I was like, do you know what that means? And he was like, man to man. I was like, well, okay. Anyway, VIP Jules said, I just got an email approving my new remote work schedule. I'm going to save so much time and money. Woo! Like Mel Robbins, VIP Mel L says. Yeah, like Mel Robbins. That's a good example. Like Mel Robbins, like Regina Meredith on Gaia, like George Norrie on Gaia, coast to coast type vibes, like radio show, one-on-one, vibin', chillin'. I don't know, you guys, I just had this like thought come to my brain and I was like, do I do this? And the beautiful part is I have a connection with somebody who has worked in the television industry for like his entire career. And it's like a very close friend of my partner's. So I'm like, I feel like I could just like tap him and be like, hey, but I kind of have to figure out the structure of it. Like maybe I have to do a few interviews or whatever to get it going. And then I pitch it to them. I don't really know. Part of me wants to just like email up Gaia and be like, info@Gaia. Hey, here I am. This is what I've experienced. This is what I'd like to do. I built my audience to 40,000+ followers, 40, almost 2,000 followers, you guys. Celebrate yourself because why not? I Tune in, VIP Jewel says, so like when Bashar does interviews with other people or they ask people of the noise and the questions, yeah, I don't know. I mean, it could be like a combination. It could be like, maybe I'm channeling on the scene. Maybe you guys know that like I channel often on here anyway. Like I get into a flow. I just, I don't read the comments because I'm channel. It's like a channel. It's like I'm in the vibe of it. And then it stops and I'm like, okay, what did I, and then people are like, can you repeat it? And I'm like, no, what? I can't repeat that. It was a channel. Like I wasn't even there. I was just the instrument, right? So it could be that. It could be like talking to people about their experiences, their spiritual experiences. I mean, there's shows like this already in existence. But what I think is missing from shows like this in existence is somebody in a younger space. Like, I don't want to say it's bad, but like, if I think about like the demographics, mostly it's like if I think about Gaia, it's a lot of people that like elderly, not elderly, I shouldn't say elderly, but older people. Maybe they need somebody younger. I don't know. What do you guys think? I don't know. Here I am. But I think that Gaia is filmed in Colorado, which I wouldn't want to move, so I'd have to figure that part out. But the thing I think about people that have age is that society, which I think is powerful. I think if you are of a certain age, especially like I think about my mom should put herself out there. Like people of a certain age are just people tune in, they listen. Why? They listen because they have age and it shows, and age is associated with wisdom. Always had a hard time with this idea of, in the corporate world, somebody help me with the term. Seniority. I've always had a hard time with seniority because I'm like, just because this person is older does not mean that they are better than me, more expert than me, or can work better or harder or whatever than me, or smarter than me even. I always had a problem with that. I don't know, you guys. What do you think? VIP Jewel says, last time we manifest for you, I saw you doing a Today Show interview. Ooh, interesting. The thing is I don't want to be intertwined with like celebrities like that are like Hollywood celebrities, and I just get really like it's not a fear of being seen or a fear of like standing next to a celebrity. It's simply like I just feel like there's a lot of shady shit that happens behind the scenes when it comes to celebrities. I mean, obviously we're seeing it becoming more and more exposed, and if you've been spiritual for quite some time, like even before, like people's minds are blown about this whole Diddy thing. Like spiritual people have been knowing this for like years, right? So I don't want to be associated with that, but I want to do like the more like love and light type vibes. No, not a fear of associating with, no, I just don't want to. I don't want to be part of, I don't want to spend time with people that exploit other people, that harm other people, that whatever else they do. There is nasty shit happening in the world, and I just don't want to be a part of that at all. So it's not like a fear of being seen. It's a fear. It's not even a fear. It's just a decision. At the end of the day, it's just another person. But I want to be with people that are making morally sound choices, right? So, plus I can't prove about all the celebrities and the things I think or the things that I've researched. I can just decide that I don't want to be part of that experience. I've met some celebrities. Some are great and some not so great. I got to meet Jack Johnson. Do you guys know Jack Johnson? If you're a millennial, you probably know Jack Johnson. And I got to meet him, and I feel like that was like my biggest fangirl moment of all time. Jack Johnson. He was opening up for Ben Harper at the Hollywood Bowl, and I was just like, and the picture's like, and I'm like, oh. Some people I don't go around because I don't want to be perceived as to be equivalent energy-wise. Yeah, that's more like it. Like, please don't put me in this category. Not a category of like people knowing me. I want people to know me because that means I'm helping a lot of people. I'm talking the category of like, this is the weird shit you're associated, and these are the things you do like behind your persona on TV or whatever. Like that's not me at all. I would rather just whatever. I met Jack Black and he was so nice. Oh, amazing. Okay, VIP Jim, yeah, we're on the same page there. Michiganders love Jack Johnson. Why is that? Making banana pancakes, pretend like it's a weekend now. There ain't no need to go outside. All right. Can't you see that it's just raining? There ain't no need to go outside. All right, let's get our journals. Let's manifest. I don't know, we just do. All right, he's great. He has really great songs. He's a vibe. My favorite station to play. Really? I don't know, just do a pair of peaches. What is, I don't know that one. Do I? He has so many good songs. Okay, let's get out our journals. All right, so anyway, you guys, this is a thought in my brain. I think I'll put like pen to paper on this idea on my drive to Michigan. Oh, by the way, you guys, I'm going to see my family we're leaving Wednesday night, and then I'll be gone Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, which means I guess it really won't affect you guys on this show because I'm going live Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Cosmic Collective members inside of Discord, I might be live with you in the morning on our morning drive, but I don't know. Thursday and Friday. Just FYI. It's the one he did for Princess Peach. Oh, I don't know that one. VIP Jewel says, that's like, why do Michigan people love Sweet Home Alabama so much? I don't know. VIP Lisa's in the house. Catherine, have a great appointment. All right, let's get our journals out. I've met many different people. Sarah says, pretty please consider a talk like this on misguided interpretations or applications of law of attraction, or better do a whole series on all the universal guidelines. Yeah, I was thinking on doing a series on the like the actual like universal laws that one must obey. Yeah, I can do that. I might actually just do them though as YouTube videos, Sarah, so that way like they're forever in YouTube and I can get some lift from that. Good morning, Lisa, VIP Lisa. VIP Jamie says, as a child, I love the Pick of Destiny movie, bangers, all of them. See, I still don't even, what I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about, my friend. All right, step one, write out. So this is Dr. James Doty. Dr. James Doty is a neurosurgeon. He actually, I learned this because he was talking with Mel Robbins, and VIP Aaron nudged me to listen to Mel Robbins, and then I saw it on my TikTok, so it was a 2 to make it true, so I just listened to the whole podcast. And he has a nice, fascinating story, as most spiritual people do, which was like struggled, had some strange experiences, you know, felt out of place as a young person, whatever, grew up in a tough home, blah, blah. I don't want to say blah, 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 but like we all kind of have similar stories, which is like we experience challenges, hard challenges at young ages. I think a lot of spiritually awakened people have that similar experience. But the challenges have led us to this understanding of energy. And when you learn energy, I promise you, when you learn energy, you become unbothered. And the power of being unbothered goes right hand in hand with the power of Law of Detachment. I am so unbothered. People say mean things to me, you guys. People are some people say mean shit to me on the internet. And I'm like, okay, why would you say that? Why would you say that? I think to myself, why would this person say that? Not because I want to dissect their mind. In my mind, I'm thinking, why would you say that? Because you just blasted out shitty karma back to yourself. Hello. And so I say, okay, I see this person is hurting, God, Source, Universe, Creator, send some love to this person. And then I go to the block sign and then I block their asses. I do. Every single mean person. I scroll through the comments a few times a day. If they say something mean, I block them. That's the rule. There's no second chances. I'm protecting my peace while I build out my audience. While I help the people that want to be helped transform their lives. Lindsay, sorry. VIP Jewel says, I've never met anyone, any good celebrities, just a president and a first lady. Just ignore it, wish them love, move on because you're going places. Exactly. Hate is easy, it's hard to be nice. It is. But more than that, when you understand energy, you would just simply you just choose to be nice always. You would choose to be nice always. I mean, it's the golden rule. If you have nothing to say, keep it. If you don't have anything nice to say, keep it to yourself. Do you want to know why that golden rule is what it is? Because the law of karma says what you put out, you receive back. The bully who has a bully, right? Everybody knows the story. At some point, the bully has to choose to stop being petty and break the cycle, or they're just going to continuously be bullied, right? VIP Jamie says, I met the lead singer of that band, Ricochet. Yeah, I wasn't impressed either, lol. I met 50 Cent once. No, take that back. Dr. Dre. Dr. Dre. Dr. Dre. My boyfriend at the time worked for Interscope Records as a sound engineer. So he went, I met Imagine Dragons. I met some people before they were people, whatever. But back in the day when Beats by Dr. Dre was a thing, do you guys remember the headphones? He was there. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. I was like, and he's like, I was like, cool. Human to human, hey. All right, step one. I vividly see. Dr. James Doty says that our bodies transform. They actually physically transform when we are manifesting our best reality. We go from the sympathetic nervous system to the parasympathetic nervous system. We leave the state of fear. We enter the state of love. You are not afraid. Your root chakra is blocked. You're not procrastinating. Your root chakra is blocked. You're not afraid of success or failure or to be seen. Your freaking root chakra is blocked. Imagine you speak energy. You can speak energy because I've learned it, right? And so can you. I vividly see. What do you see? He says, step one, write down what it is you desire. I vividly see. I'm changing it, you guys. I vividly see. Should I change it? Shit, am I ready to declare this out to the world? Because I know my YouTube is going to happen, right? Like, I know that's building. That's not an issue. So it's like, should I stop writing about my YouTube? Am I ready? Am I ready for this? I walked out. Oh gosh. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. I'm so gangster. It's crazy. VIP Jamie says. VIP Aaron says, I walked out and told my summer roommates to be quiet at 3 a.m. They brought home loud musicians. Of course you did, VIP Aaron. VIP Jewel says, Craze McDonald, I blocked him, but what does that even mean? What? Found out the next morning it was Hootie and the Blowfish. You guys, I don't know celebrities either, so I would be like, I'm trying to sleep. And you guys, if you don't know anything about me, I will tell you, I love my sleep. Please don't mess with it. Don't wake me up in the morning. My eyes will open when they want to, okay? Hootie hurts too. I was asleep. I don't even think my eyes were open. You walked out on Hootie. It's too funny. You guys are cracking me up. All right. I vividly see. I'm thinking about how I want to word it. I know, I just want to, I'm going to change it, but I just want to think about, like, what do I see? What am I seeing? Because when I think about it, I really see myself like, maybe it's not Gaia, but I resonate with Gaia because Gaia is my vibe, right? That's what I'm doing. We're talking transformation. We're talking energy. So it's like, I see myself sitting at that Regina Meredith desk. I'm not, but the thing is, I don't want to see myself on her set because that would indicate that I'm trying to kick her out, and I'm not, right? So maybe I just see myself on my own set. Mine's a different vibe. How about that? Do it. You got it. I know. Okay. I vividly see myself interviewing. No, I vividly see myself on my own set. How about that? That's easy. Easy peasy. It's clear. It's direct. It's short, simple words, right? We want to do short. We want to do simple. VIP Deborah, there you go, right? 2 to make it true. Thanks for the confirmation. I vividly see myself on my own set, and I hear myself having an empowering, fulfilling, and transformational conversation. Good words, huh? Transformational conversation. Oh shit, you guys. Now what have I done? This is the evolution of Lindsay. Like, VIP Aaron, here you are. You're like, okay, well, how's it going to go? And I'm like, I don't know. I'm just going with my heart. Like, I'm just going to see where it ends up. It's always because money's always going to be flowing to me. I'm not worried about that. I just know that as I keep going, it's going to keep growing, right? So I vividly see myself on my own set, and I hear myself having an empowering, fulfilling, and transformational conversation. I'm not going to say with who, just that's what I'm doing. And I feel so proud and excited that I'm helping so many people heal and manifest their best lives. This is actually quite a beautiful setup because if you think about it, these wasps, you guys, are huge. There's one of my windows like this big. I'm not even playing. Holy cow. They're just big. Like, where are they coming from? Okay, so if you think about this experience right now that we're having, I have had an idea in my brain. Abraham Hicks says that the second that you have a thought in your brain, you're 99% to your reality. I have an audience built, right? So there's that. So I've already got like a decent pitch going, right? I've had the experiences, I have the audience built, feel like I'm getting pretty good at having these live conversations, kind of setting myself up that way. Interviewing people, I don't know, but I think it's going to teach me a lot of patience. It's going to help me become a better active listener. I'm going to learn a lot. Sarah told me over the weekend that this is how geniuses are made, so I'm excited for that. Tell myself I'm brilliant every day, right? So the setup is already here. And then the beautiful part of this, and this is where I wonder if this is how it really happens for me, is I always see myself like when I'm on the yacht with my partner, because, you know, his big dream is to like go floating around and kind of, he thinks it's going to help me too, because I get kind of antsy in one place for too long. Like I want to go out. I want to go have an experience. I want to go to a different hotel and smell their lobby. And I want to go to like this shop and walk their shopping street with their cobblestone. And I want to go experience this food with this culture. So I like to kind of have these life experiences. I want to feel and I want to be a part of different things and cultures specifically. So he says the yacht will help us because he says we can just boat over to an island, spend a week there, and then come back and then dock in Miami and hang out there for a while, and then or Fort Lauderdale or Charleston, I mean all the way up the coast, East Coast, wherever, right? So it's kind of twofold. But I see myself when I put myself on the yacht, I'm lying there under an umbrella with like a green juice with some nice fresh crisp water, and I'm reading books. Like I'm truly reading, and like every so often I film some TikTok or something. So I think to myself, how could I create a life where I'm just mostly reading books? But if I were to just read people's books and they've written about their experiences or their research, right? There's a lot of powerful researchers or whatever, then I would read their book, interview them, da da da. I feel like this is how it could work out, right? Let's see. VIP Jamie says, I see a white background with white chairs with some cool lights and lots of plants, and you are winning. That's interesting because I was like, mine will have lots of plants. I'm not very good like green thumb wise. Like I do have a plant sitting right here and she's so beautiful, but she has spots. I think my partner's overwatering her. So, but he gets kind of like, he thinks I'm criticizing him when I say I think you're overwatering the plant, but it's just my research that I've done. So I don't know. I'll have to have somebody take care of the plants, I think. VIP Deborah says, so beautiful to see and watch. Thank you, Lindsay. Well, thanks for being here. VIP Jamie says, I see you engaging with a guest and having deep, thoughtful conversations that reach millions. Yeah, I want it to be very like chill. There's no rush. It's just like, and if it needs to be a part, like I don't want it to be 3 hours. People don't have the attention span for that. I'll help them build their patience and their attention span. But cool, Sarah. It is how geniuses are made 100. Yeah, I loved that comment, Sarah. Thank you for dropping that in the Discord. But I feel like I don't want to be rushed. I just want to like have the chat, maybe an hour. Joe Rogan sometimes, like we listen, my partner had a podcast on with him the other day and it was like 3 hours. I was like, this guy's still talking. I was like, geez. I think maybe if you're in a flow state, you just keep going. But maybe if you don't want to keep going, you just say, hey, want to hang out tomorrow? And then I get to meet fascinating, interesting people. And I'm very open-minded, so I'm not going to be like, that didn't happen. I don't believe your story about whatever. The tree talked to you? Tell me what it said. You met fairies? Tell me about them. Da-da-da-da-da. You were abducted by an alien? Please explain the experience to me. How did it transform your life? How could people use your story and be inspired by your story to start to transform their lives? I don't know. The whole thing will always come back to energetic transformation because that's what I'm good at, right? VIP Jamie says, wasps bring new beginnings. They build from the ground up and protect what is theirs. Oh my gosh, they're everywhere. Go by, feel, lol. If the dirt is moist, it's good. Yeah, it's a Dracaena. I don't know how to say it. It's called a corn plant in common terms, or like layman's terms for plants. But it's supposed to be right when it gets not moist on the top anymore, then you water it again, or you can always water bottom up. But like, I don't know, it's not doing good. It's got a lot of brown spots and I feel really bad. It's also next to the printer, but they said you can put them next to electronics and it will absorb the negative EMFs from the electronics. But I wonder if I should just put my printer away. But I think my printer likes to be part of our conversations. So I feel very conflicted, but also sad at the same time. Okay, back to our manifesting. Step 2 and step 3, please read it silently and then read it out loud. Chris is the plant queen. She is over the lawn and garden. That's how you get my plants. Oh my gosh, I love that. So awesome. Step 2, read it silently. Step 3, read it out loud. So I'm going to read mine because this is the first time I've written this one. But if I'm floating on the yacht, I guess I could just go in for like a week and do like film and then go back to the boat. How is that gonna work? Huh. I could just Zoom it, but Zoom, I think it's better in person because you can vibe with somebody. Step 3, shit, you guys, I'm gonna have to think of a whole new scene. I mean, it's gonna be pretty easy, but I just gotta get it right. Get it in my brain, get it how I want it. Step 3, you guys know. VIP Deborah says, can you visit a new cafe, use your internet, still have a wonderful experience? Yeah, I could do that, that's true. Or actually, that's a really good point, VIP Deborah. Simply rent out like a private room from a restaurant for a day. So, depending on the restaurant, it's not that expensive. Like if you're going to like okay, for example, one time we did like private room dining at Carbone in Las Vegas. And if you know the spicy rigatoni is like, oh, I could eat it every single day of my life, but then my pants wouldn't fit, so that would be a problem. But that's like an expensive room to rent out. Expensive in terms of if you have limiting beliefs around money. I hate the word expensive, so I'm going to delete that. But it's an experience, right? But if you were to say just go to like maybe a more kind of chill restaurant, maybe it's not the same price. You need a yacht with a studio on board. Yeah, I could always, yeah, but I'm not going to be inviting people onto my yacht to do interviews. I already know myself, that's not happening. I don't even invite people into this house. Like people, like maintenance people come in and I'm like, I just stare at them like, when are you going to leave? And I know that's awful to say, but I'm just like, I just don't mess with my energy. But I can always sage it. All right, let's go, you guys. It's 10:20 and I know I'm past time, but like I also logged on at 9:20, so sorry for that. Get your hand chakras going. If you're interested in being part of my world, then you can join the Cosmic Collective today. Go to lindsaywithlove.com. You can find out everything you need to know about me. There isn't actually an About Me section. And you can find all my products and services. All right. Closing the eyes, deep breath into the heart chakra. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the nose, visualizing the air entering and exiting the heart space. Now you can put into practice what we talked about this morning. What are you receiving? So breathing it in, opening up the heart chakra, big, 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 wide, wide, wide. I'm receiving bravery, courage. I'm putting myself out there in a very new way. And on the exhale, I bring the energy from the central sun into my heart space, release any little dust bunnies, but at the same time, what I'm giving is love, compassion, and empathy. And I breathe in strength and bravery and empowerment. I open my heart chakra, big, 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 wide, 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 touch the central sun. And on the exhale, I bring the energy of the central sun, release any little dust bunnies out of my heart space, while also giving love, compassion, empathy. And I bring my awareness and my attention to the back of the heart chakra, breathing into the back of the heart chakra, letting it go. What are we breathing in? Breathing in, opening the heart chakra, big, 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 wide, 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 touch the central sun. And on the exhale, we bring the energy of the central sun back to the heart space. And perhaps on the exhale, you're giving love and compassion, whatever you want to give. You can give anything. You can give health. You can breathe in the energy of wholeness, of completeness, of your cells vibrating in perfect harmony. And on the exhale, you can bring the energy from the central sun to your heart space, and out of the back of the heart chakra, send the energy of health out to the world. You can do this with money, abundance, love, health, compassion, joy. I mean, literally whatever. Literally whatever you need at that moment in time. And now, with your heart chakra in a nice balance, because the manifesting power lives in the heart chakra, I'm setting up my scene. So my scene is very simple. It's that I'm on my set. If I'm on my set, the show is there. It must be good enough because I have a set, right? And I don't really know where the set is, and I don't really know what it looks like yet. And maybe I'm just on Zoom. Maybe I'm on a Zoom set. Maybe that's it. Maybe I have a set on my yacht and I'm on Zoom with the person. Or maybe I'm filming. I don't know, you guys. I don't think it really quite matters right now. I had the bravery to put it out there, so let's see what happens. And now just act out the scene. What are you doing? For me, I'll be talking to somebody. Maybe afterwards I leave my studio and I go up to the top of the boat and my partner's there and he's like, how was your show, babe? How did it go? And I'm telling him it was like really awesome. I think this is going to be really awesome. Our viewers are going to love this. And that's it. Set up your scene, act it out. I'm gonna have to figure out my scene a little bit better so I can put some movement into my body. Moving the body is really powerful when you're acting out your scene, right? Moving the body, hearing things, smelling, seeing, whatever. Oh boy, you guys. How exciting. Today, tomorrow, and Wednesday, I'll be filming June horoscopes for TikTok. They're going to be about 30 minutes or so in length. Each zodiac sign will have their own video. Sorry to my YouTube coach, but I'm not listening to you on that. I'm following my intuition here, and I'm very excited. This is the first month where I'm doing it with what my coach taught me and what my intuition tells me. So I'm very excited to see how I perform in that way. And needs to hire a producer now. I know, right? VIP Mel Al. Over my trip home, I'm going to be editing those YouTube videos. It will be a drive, right? It's about 12 hours or so. We're splitting it up. We're going to drive Wednesday night and then Thursday morning. And so during that drive, I will be crocheting a little bit. I will be editing my YouTube videos, of course, because those take quite some time to edit. And I will be discussing with my partner, after I do some research. I will research today on YouTube and what I can find on the internet around setting this up. Like, how do I actually go about doing this? And I'm going to start data collecting today, tomorrow, Wednesday. I will sit with my partner on the drive home, on the drive up and on the drive back, and he will help me brainstorm whatever. He's a brilliant, brilliant man. He has strong connections. He has been a C-level executive since he was 28 years old. I'm like so impressed by him, by his composure, by his ability to connect with different people on many different levels. And he has a strong network, right? So we're gonna tap in and he's gonna help me make my dream come true. All right, let's go. Let's get on the energetic wave, you guys. It's gonna be a great energetic wave. How can you be upset after that? Closing the eyes, deep breath in through the nose, belly nice and full. Letting it go out of the mouth. Breathing in through the nose. Letting it go. One more deep breath in. Letting it go. It is still only $49 a month to be part of the Cosmic Collective. It is still only $49 a month to be part of my energy, to be personally connected to me. And I'm about to pop off, you guys. So just FYI. You might want to join while the joining is good. One hand on the solar plexus, one hand on the heart space. Maybe you're thinking about a fear you're ready to let go of. Maybe you realize that you're obsessing over something, so you're going to add more inputs into your life, not to scatter your manifesting power, but simply to have something to shift your focus to that brings you joy, so you stay in a very high vibrational state while patiently allowing your other manifestations to come to life. That is truly the power of the Law of Detachment. That is why you want to add inputs into your life. Don't scatter your manifesting power. This is not more responsibilities. This is a fun hobby. This is a creative outlet. This is something that really brings you joy. In the moments where you're like, damn, where is my manifestation already? Speaking these words out loud if you can, and only silently if you must. The words you speak have serious power, so say them with conviction from your solar plexus and love and intention from your heart space. I am strong, and I can do this. Smiling big and showing me your teepers. I freaking did it. Why? Because I knew I could do it. I am strong, and I created this reality. Smiling big and showing me your teepers. And why did I do it? Because I am worthy and deserving of it. And you take this thought, this feeling, this idea, this manifestation, whether it's the one you just wrote down or something new, you breathe it up the chakra system, giving it to God, Source, Universe, Creator, out of the crown, the top of the head. Expand it, big, 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 wide, wide, wide. Touch the central sun. Let the universe know what the heck you are about to create. And on the exhale, you bring it down the chakra system. You're holding the vision, you're holding the patience, the trust, the knowingness, the actions forward every single day, the consistency, the discipline, so it comes into your reality, dropping it into the root good, cementing it in a clockwise fashion. One more time, I'm doing it with you, breathing in, holding it at the top, making it big. Expand your energy out. You are worthy of taking up space. And on the exhale, you bring it down the chakra system, down, 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 down. You're holding it. You know it's on the way. You trust, you have faith. You keep moving forward every single day, dropping it into the root good, cementing it in a clockwise fashion. One more time. I am strong, and I created this reality. Smiling big and showing me your teepers. And why did I do it? Because I, say your name, Lindsay, am worthy and deserving of it. You are on the energetic wave, my friends. I hope you have an amazing day. I'm going to have an amazing day. I'm going to film some YouTube videos. I'm going to post some TikToks. I'm going to get more followers, get more subscribers, because that's what I do. And in the meantime, I will begin dreaming and playing with the ways that this new manifestation can come down to reality. So that means my YouTube will be paid soon, because now I'm detached from that, right? I just know it's on the way, and now here we are on to the next phase. VIP Deborah says, so wonderful, soulmate meant for each other. I feel it, I know it. Yeah, same. Anne needs to hire a producer. All right, you guys, have a great day. I'll see most of you inside of the Cosmic Collective. If you're not there yet, check out lindsaywithlove.com. You can find more information there. Bye. Goodbye to my YouTubers. Have a great day, Sarah. Bye.